Hey everyone, it's Caitlin and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you 2 easy and delicious vegan treats to beat the summer heat. Temperatures are starting to warm up, at least in the northern hemisphere of the world, and it's getting a little hot, sweaty, maybe humid where you live, and we all want dessert still, obviously, but it's also nice to have something that was going to cool you down as well. So I've come up with 2 really easy recipes and I'm going to be sharing with you today for ways to do that. So first up, we're going to be making some peanut butter popsicles, and we're also going to be making these easy 5-ingredient watermelon slushies. So without further ado, let's get into the recipes. First up, I'm going to show you how to make some peanut butter banana popsicles. This recipe is really easy and you only need a few simple and healthy ingredients to make it. So we're going to be making everything in a blender. We're going to start out using some bananas. You do want to make sure your bananas are as brown and spotty as possible. Think like banana bread. Then we're also going to add in some almond milk, or you can use another non-dairy milk, maple syrup, and then this part is optional, but I like to add a touch of vanilla extract. I just think it enhances the sweetness and makes these taste even more yummy. Not optional though is the peanut butter. Obviously, we're going to be adding in a good amount of that to get that yummy, creamy peanut flavor. You do want to try to use natural peanut butter. The only ingredient should be pretty much peanuts and salt. So then you're just going to blend everything up until it forms a smooth consistency. You can use frozen bananas if you want, but I would only suggest doing this if you have a really high-powered blender because it's going to be pretty thick. But if you're in a rush, you want these sooner, you could use frozen bananas because they would solidify faster in the freezer. But as you can see here, everything blends together to form a still relatively thick and really creamy base, even with the fresh bananas. And now we're going to pop it into our popsicle mold. So I'm using this silicone popsicle mold. If you don't have one yet and you need to get one, I would recommend getting a silicone one because, as you'll see later, it's a lot easier, in my opinion, to take the popsicles out. So now you're just going to evenly fill all of your popsicle molds. I used about like a heaping 1/3 cup batter for each one. It's really going to depend on the size of your mold, and the most important thing is to leave a little bit of space at the top to allow the liquid to expand once it freezes. So here I'm actually gently tapping the mold to try to get any bubbles to come to the surface. And then you're going to cover your popsicles and insert your sticks, or finish up sealing your popsicles however your mold worked. I've owned a few different molds in the past. They all work in a slightly different way, but it's also relatively easy to figure out. And if you're interested in this popsicle mold, I will link it below. So now we're going to freeze these for about 6 hours, but preferably overnight. And then we're going to take our popsicles out. So like I was saying earlier, the thing I like about these silicone molds is that you can actually sort of stretch the sides in order to loosen up the popsicles more, and this makes them a lot easier to take out versus something that's hard plastic. It's a lot more finicky, but if you want a really good workout, you can stick with hard plastic. And it also helps to run cool water along the outside of the popsicle mold, which I did do here, I just didn't show in the video, and this makes the outside of the popsicle a little bit softer and easier to take out. So this is what our finished popsicle looks like. It's creamy, rich, dreamy, and delicious. A perfect summer snack, but honestly an any time of year snack too, because what combo is as great as peanut butter and banana? Well, I'm sure there are a few, but this is a classic combo that's really yummy, and I was really happy with these. My boyfriend and I ate them in like 2 days, and yeah, the recipe makes 8. So that is it for these popsicles. Pretty fast recipe. They went pretty fast, like I said. And now we're going to move on to our watermelon slushies. This is a great, easy way to use up some watermelon and make a refreshing, cool drink that is perfect for summer. And again, we're only going to need like 4 ingredients. So we're going to start out with frozen watermelon, and this recipe is actually a great way to use up a bad watermelon. So maybe you get a watermelon that's really sweet, but you wait too long to cut it, or you just cut it open and it's really mealy. What I like to do is I like to freeze it in cubes and put it in smoothies or make these slushies because it's being blended anyways, so you won't be able to tell that the watermelon was at one point mealy. You'll just get that yummy watermelon flavor. So you do want to let your watermelon chunks sit for about 10 or so minutes before you add them to the blender, just so they're not completely rock hard. And then, as you can see here, we're going to be adding in some lime juice and some maple syrup. And you can also add in some freshly chopped mint or even basil. I think this adds a nice refreshing kick. And then last but not least, we're just going to add some liquid to blend. I've done this with water and it's perfectly fine, but sometimes it's fun to add in some sparkling water like LaCroix. I feel like that gives it an extra fun flavor. But now you're just going to blend everything together. As you can see, the mixture is going to be kind of thick. Honestly, you could probably make this in a food processor too, but when you're done, you're going to have this really fun, juicy, but still slushy texture thanks to all the fiber and the ice from the watermelon, and you can just stick a straw in it, serve, and enjoy. It reminds me of like a slushie from when I used to go to a snowball stand as a kid, but the texture is a little bit more soft and it's obviously not as overbearingly sweet, and it's just light, refreshing, and delicious. Honestly, you could even probably spike these with alcohol if you wanted to make like frozen watermelon margaritas. Obviously, you please be over 21. I'm not advising illegal drinking, but yeah. Lily has come for the taste test, or just to taste my face. I would taste test the peanut butter popsicles for you guys, but honestly, they were gone within like 2 days of me making them because they were so delicious, and Dylan and I ate them really fast. But I will try this, won't I, Lily? If you guys have mealy watermelon, this is definitely a great way to use it, even if it still has flavor. If you have regular watermelon, it's great in this too. I just think it's light and refreshing, and I really like to use LaCroix or like another sparkling lime flavored soda. I think it adds an extra pop of flavor and pizzazz. You could also use kombucha. That would be really, really good too. And even if you use kombucha, you probably wouldn't need to add as much maple syrup because it's already naturally sweet. So that's it for this video, guys. I wanted to keep it short and sweet and pretty chill, like these treats. Bad jokes. But if you like it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you can hit that little button right down there. I post 1 to 2 new videos every single week. And leave a comment below telling me your favorite cool sweet treat that you've been enjoying this spring/summer so far. I hope you guys are having an awesome day and continue to do so, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!